So we're group 6, and we are going to be talking about McDonald's current marketing plan. I'm Matt.
I'm Bryce.
I'm Sophie.
And I'm Josephine.
So McDonald's restaurants have been a leader in fast food since the 1950s. They're known around the world by their staple yellow and red M logo. They tend to focus on burgers and fries, but they do have a pretty expansive menu in addition to that. Their main draws are that they're fast, convenient, and cheap, and the meals are pretty accessible to just about everyone. The target market right now seems to be parents with younger children, and the pandemic has actually affected this pretty heavily, given the McDonald's play place. So the incentive for parents to take their children here could be dwindling due to that lack of entertainment that was once available. But by providing outdoor play sets, parents and children would be provided with that same great experience, and the company would still be able to retain their primary customer base.
So a little bit of the history of the Golden Arches. It all started in 1994. Fast foods and drive-thrus were a very foreign thought. And the McDonald brothers were two brothers that had a small restaurant in San Bernardino, California. Ran this very small restaurant with great success. Ray Kroc, who was a very wealthy American businessman, was fresh out of business ideas. And during a trip to San Bernardino, he came across the small restaurant. He came across the street side restaurant and saw how greatly it was ran for its size. It was extremely effective and efficient at producing meals with very smooth operation. And this was due to the McDonald brothers' brilliant idea of producing a very limited menu that displayed just a few versions of some very basic items such as hamburgers, fries, and beverages. They would focus on these main items of the restaurant and ensure quality in a timely and quickly manner, producing the food as efficiently as they could. Kroc saw this idea and its potential, and then in 1955 signed with the brothers as their franchising agent. The idea of a widely franchising McDonald's all over the country was very unique, and for its time, nothing really like that happened. But Kroc had a very specific vision in mind. He wanted the food at the franchises to be exactly the same as they were in Alaska, as they were in Alabama. He would do this by using uniform methods of preparation at each and every restaurant. And with this, the McDonald's System Incorporated, which is a predecessor of McDonald's Corporation, became founded. From here, the franchise began opening up locations across California, and it took off. Within 4 years, the company had sold its 100 millionth burger, and they now have over 13,816 restaurants just in the US alone, and over 38,000 restaurants worldwide. And in 1961, the McDonald's Brothers Corporation opened up its own university in which future franchise owners and managers were trained on methods for running a successful McDonald's. And this resulted in 275,000 franchisees, managers, and employees graduating from this program. And their history is very unique, in fact. It wasn't always the best. For about 6 years in the mid to late 90s, they had a little bit of a downfall. McDonald's Corporation had some growing competitors such as Wendy's and Burger King that were becoming increasingly popular and taking away some sales from McDonald's. And in 2001, the company was sued for using beef fat in its fries, which resulted in a huge lawsuit and a loss of a lot of money. It also bruised their brand image and kind of hurt people's outlook on the company as well. McDonald's also had a lot of product failures. The McPizza, Carrot Sticks, McLean, and Arch Deluxe were all products that took off that never really went anywhere. And this resulted in decreasing profits in 7 of the 8 previous quarters in 2003 and closing over 700 restaurants, which resulted in a $343.8 million loss. In 2003, the company was back up with new spirit. They rebranded themselves entirely with a new slogan, a new menu, improved management, and even more open restaurants.
So looking at the environment, COVID-19 has had the largest impact on McDonald's. In April, sales dropped 3.4% and profit fell 17%, which is shown on the graph on the next slide. About 30% of people say that they are scared to go out, so at-home cooking has increased, as well as online ordering and delivering. DoorDash is an example of this, with their sales going up about 110% in May. Looking at the technological and social influences on the environment, the largest social influence is the fact that people are less likely to go out and eat and want to spend less on food. By using and adapting to the technology of online ordering and to-go options, McDonald's can easily keep their relationships with their customers and can show empathy and respect for the choices of their customers and the events of the pandemic.
So McDonald's has had a lot of years to develop a perfect marketing plan. And to start off with their marketing mix, their product is, they aren't known for just one thing. McDonald's has a lot of different products, and they are popular in a lot of different countries for a lot of different products. But kind of generally it's burgers and fries, but they have introduced breakfast items and the McCafe, which people really liked, so they actually made it so breakfast was served 24 hours instead of just in the morning. So they have lots of different products that provide people with lots of different options. Their place is, there's over 39,000 locations worldwide, because they are the largest fast food chain in the world. They are more than just a restaurant though. They provide kiosks in places like Walmart and other shopping centers. They also have started to get into things like DoorDash and Postmates, which give people the opportunity to eat McDonald's in the comfort of their own home without having to go outside, and that has become very increasingly popular during especially the pandemic. McDonald's promotion is, they have a lot of different ways they promote their products. Whatever you're doing, wherever you are, you're most likely going to see a McDonald's advertisement. They advertise over social media, TV, billboards, and the radio. They also advertise through helping their community. So according to Pauline Meyer's article on McDonald's marketing mix, the Ronald McDonald House Charities and the McDonald's Global Best of Green Environmental Program support communities while boosting the value of the corporate brand. So being involved in the community and helping out the community really helps promote their brand and their corporation, because they're helping the community, it makes the community want to visit the restaurant more. The price of McDonald's meals, they have two different pricing strategies. The first one is bundle pricing, which is buying a group of items for a discounted price, like a burger, a fry, and a drink, all for the price of one, instead of buying each item separately and paying more. There's also psychological pricing, which is making customers think that they are getting the best price possible. So having something be $4.99 instead of $5 makes customers feel like they are paying less for their meals. So to go off McDonald's marketing plan, McDonald's main goal and their vision right now is to be the world's best quick service restaurant experience. Being the best means providing outstanding quality, service, cleanliness, and value so that we make every customer in every restaurant smile. So that's McDonald's main goal and value proposition right now. They've also started to make improvements in packaging and recycling, and they hope by 2025 that they will be 100% renewable, recycled, and or certified sources. They also provide youth opportunities, which kind of means they hire young people in their community to kind of give them more job experience and experience in the business world. So they're reducing barriers by doing that. They also, like I said, invest in their community. They create jobs and create capital in every location that they have a franchise in.
Right, so this SWOT analysis follows the the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats that are present in McDonald's right now. So the strengths are that it's an established company with over 38,000 locations spanning across over 100 different countries. And they've been in business for 65 years and counting. They're also involved in the nonprofit organization, the Ronald McDonald House Charities. Franchising is a major part of the restaurant chain, at 93% of locations being franchises. And 82% of the revenue from the franchises goes to the corporation. They're also the second most valuable fast food restaurant in the world, right behind Starbucks, but they're still #1 for burgers, with their current brand value being at about $37.5 billion. Weaknesses, brand image, it can be seen as kind of unhealthy, poor quality food, dingy restaurants. They're also prone to supply shortages. With a company of this scale, they need a large number of ingredients to disperse across their locations. Smithfield Foods and Tyson, who are two of McDonald's main suppliers, actually are worried about shortages due to the pandemic. Family incentives currently being unavailable because of the pandemic as well, could just kind of limit the amount of entertaining amenities present in the restaurant, and just like due to the lack of the dine-in services. The threats include competing restaurant chains like Burger King and Yum Brands, who own Taco Bell, KFC, and Pizza Hut. Also, more health-conscious customers who are just looking for healthier options. And a lot of other restaurants are trying to hop on the bandwagon while maintaining this fast service. And this shift could really negatively impact McDonald's. Finally, just the global pandemic in general, it already led to a drop in value among various restaurant chains, including McDonald's, and they even had to shut down their UK-based locations for a period of time. The opportunities, they're already working on growth. In 2017, they implemented a plan called Velocity, which stresses on retaining its current customers, regaining lost customers, and converting new customers. They can also utilize technology by implementing new services like delivery, making improvements to the McDonald's app, automated kiosks, and online ordering, just to give customers a better, more convenient experience. The enjoyment for families is a good opportunity, especially because of COVID. Just being able to work around the inconveniences brought up by the pandemic and supply families with that same great experience would just for like as the same time as like when they dined in would be really great. They can promote cleanliness just by reassuring customers that they're clean and upgrading dated restaurants just to give some locations a facelift. Also improving the supply chain. The ability to access supplies when shortages arise could really give McDonald's the upper hand over competitors who are experiencing shortages. So, yeah.
So for the case study, we're going to look at how Burger King's approach to social media advertising can help McDonald's approach. So McDonald's tends to lack relatability and positive appeal when interacting with customers through social media. They tend to really rely on their notoriety. Burger King has a different approach which could possibly help McDonald's. So the Burger King social media pages will usually respond to customers' questions, jokes, and general needs within 15 minutes. And the responses usually include lighthearted jokes and memes. If you go to the next page. Um, the responses that Burger King gives give the company a fun and funny image that makes customers think this place is fun, I would enjoy going there. To enhance their funny and connected style, the company has made direct posts and advertisements involving other companies. These tend to help make customers feel more involved in the advertising process. And McDonald's has been included in these multiple times. And if you go to the next slide, there's some examples. The first one is the Whopper Detour, where if you went within 600 feet of a McDonald's, you could get a Whopper for a penny. The next one is on National Onion Ring Day. You could trade in your McDonald's fries for some Burger King onion rings. And the last one, the last example is the Come as a Clown, Eat Like a King advertisement. McDonald's tends to take the here's what we have approach to advertising. This tends to be a straightforward declaration of what products are available, usually in the form of a big product, like the Travis Scott meal, to bring in sales, rather than use fun or interesting deals that help the customer feel directly involved. McDonald's relies on their notoriety and charity as their image, and this extends to their social media sites. So with that, it would not fit the McDonald's image to take on all the Burger King tactics for social media, but finding a way to involve the customers in their social media and in advertising can help their ability to relate and form bonds with their customers.
So a little bit about McDonald's marketing efforts. McDonald's focuses a lot of its efforts on kind of public awareness and that brand recognition. Since the earliest stages of the franchise, they have aimed to create a very strong brand recognition throughout all of its audience. And by doing this, they could promote the franchise growth even further. As the fan base and customer base expanded at McDonald's, the golden arches became much more recognizable by almost everybody. And by doing this, the company could then kind of investigate and invest more into its demographics. McDonald's could facilitate targeting strategies towards kids and adults. For example, kids would recognize the golden arches and associate it with kind of Happy Meals, toys, the play places, and they would beg their parents to take them there. And the parents would associate the golden arches with low prices, time efficiency, that craving, and then they would cave into their kids' wants and go to the stores. McDonald's today still does have a lot of its offline marketing techniques, but it also vastly is involved in online advertising as well, such as radio ads, TV commercials, pop-ups and apps, and much more. These are all a part of their online presence. And McDonald's even has an app for their loyal customers in which they can receive bonus points for discounted meals, free items, and a lot more. And then next part. So then Josephine's going to talk a little bit more about our new idea and the new service. But with recent pandemic concerns, McDonald's Play Place they've all been shut down. And they can use this new idea for an outside play place to focus its efforts on youth safety while still giving kids the enjoyable experience that they all love about McDonald's. And they can kind of get this out there by marketing towards kids and parents. This way they can retain their current customers and attract new ones as well during this pandemic.
Yeah, so like Bryce said, our new service and marketing mix is going to be for an outdoor playground. So with that outdoor playground, we analyzed what their marketing mix would be for the outdoor playground. So for the place of the outdoor playground, obviously outdoors. We want to try to provide a place that can follow COVID restrictions, but still have a place where youth and community can meet and socialize with each other, but still feel safe with what's going on with a global pandemic. You don't want to place these playgrounds just kind of anywhere. You obviously want to analyze the communities and make sure that these outdoor play places are being placed in communities with large youth population, because that's who's going to utilize it the most. Then the product itself is the playground. it's not like we're bringing in a bunch of new products, but this playground will help the sales of McDonald's products, because the playground, the product itself, is going to help other products. So the promotion of the new playground is to get the attention of children. Kids are going to be the one utilizing this space, so we want to get their attention. You got to advertise to the right target market. So when a kid is in the car driving somewhere with its parents, they look out the window and they see a huge billboard with a playground on it. That's going to catch the child's attention. The child's immediately going to say something to their parents saying, I want to go there, I want to do that. And so targeting to the kids, that's really important. But then once the kid says they want to go there, the parent wants to make sure that it's COVID safe. They want to make sure that their child isn't going to be in harm visiting this new and exciting place. So targeting kids, but also targeting the safety features to parents is really important. For the price, obviously the playground isn't going to be, you're not going to have to pay to use it, but you have to buy products to use it. So it's going to have an increase in sales of Happy Meals, because kids are going to get their Happy Meals and they're going to run over to the playground and start playing. And so this, the price of building the playground is going to be paid off by the increase in sales.
So to implement the project, the states of California, Georgia, and Nevada would be chosen to first start the process. These allow the outdoor play place to be used year-round, and they are the states that purchase McDonald's the most during this pandemic. The McDonald's businesses in these states would then be evaluated to make sure that they meet space, safety, and legal requirements to actually start construction. And if they do meet those requirements, then construction would begin. The play place itself would involve swing sets and climbable features that can be distanced so that social distancing rules are being met. There would also be outdoor seating involved, so families can still sit together and enjoy their meal while kids can also go out and play. And hand sanitizer stands would be placed around the area to promote cleanliness. There should also be hourly disinfecting of the area to keep it clean. So tracking the progress and expansion would include recording monthly sales of all the restaurants in these states. And at the end of a designated period, they would then be compared. And if there is a significant increase in sales, then the project would be expanded to other states. The amount of people using the play place area should also be recorded hourly to make sure that there is consistent use.
We are group 6, and that was our project on McDonald's current marketing mix and our idea for a new service for McDonald's. Thank you.